Number 16, sophomore David Deloy, the younger of the two. Able to kind of head that one out of harm's way. Northwestern with it now in their own end. This is Tim Deloy with it, taking his space. Sends it to the middle. Graham able to get a foot on it. Falleti with it now. So Graham with it in the middle. Too far there. Ersfeld with it now. Ersfeld. Now it's kept in. Bethany gains control. It's Hymas. Hymas, one of the players playing kind of a wing position, and now you see Pilot up. This is what I was talking about. Hymas with a great move. Hymas has space just behind. Phillipson tries to jump in. Friesen loses touch. Peterson does a good job, and now you see Ersfeld dropping back. Pilot touches through looking for Graham. Back to Pilot. Good defensive play there. Good job, Noah Phillipson. Phillipson finds Almeida. Almeida, Pilot shot. Save. Danny Pilot. Pilot, one of the bigger players on this team, did not look like he put a lot of effort into that kick. Still had some juice behind it. Made it a tough save on Kyle Dipczynski. So as the Vikings stand, they have up in front is Hymas and Human along with Almeida. Almeida the striker out of the group. Falleti will go back to Ersfeld. And Phillipson, Graham, and Falleti in the midfield. One notable name missing from that is Agostino Quadrio-Curzio. I know he's a little banged up. I don't know. He's on the sideline dressed. I saw him warming up. I think he's kind of just playing it by ear, seeing how he feels. Coach Lingholm just probably elected to keep him out of the starting lineup, let him get loose, and let him kind of see how he feels before you really rush him into anything. But he's actually down jogging right now, so we may see Quadrio-Curzio check in, even if it's just for bits at a time. As there's Hymas, who we saw put a really good move on earlier, evading the defender on this near side. Bethany could not capitalize though, as things are still scoreless here, just under 13 minutes into the first half. Throw in far side, mistouched. Graham will play it back. Ersfeld. Peterson with it now. Peterson plays it across. Hymas missed touch, but he's able to keep it in. Pilot with it now. Pilot playing forward once again. Cross, looking, he's got him. Human, shot! Ezekiel Human, goal! Pilot, right when Pilot passed that, I don't think anyone on Northwestern expected that ball to go all the way through, but Danny Pilot just kind of fed it through. The left-footed Pilot naturally goes at the right foot with a little curve and plays one all the way through, and it was even on the backside defense. Northwestern just was not expecting it, and Human just kind of came bolting in. As you can see that one wind through. Human able to get a right-footed touch on it, knock it into the left side of the net. Vikings lead 1-0. And that's kind of what I was touching on earlier. Pilot, now you can see him, he's lined up at kind of a left back position as things get kicked off again. At his left back, but I don't think went behind midfield for about 5 solid minutes before Bethany scored that goal. He kind of played up in front, as that's not a foul on Raheem Graham. I thought it maybe would be. He did not get the ball, as that's a through ball to Friesen. Don't know if he was off, he was close. Friesen, cross, missed touch by Friesen. Pilot takes it away, plays it ahead. Hymas looking to touch Phillipson. He'll keep it himself. Hymas will launch it. Human again. Dipczynski's going to come out and grab this one. That last cross by Pilot, I just don't think Dipczynski thought that would get all the way through his defense, and I don't necessarily blame him. Pilot with just a perfect pass to get the Vikings a goal. Bethany goal scored by number 35, Ezekiel Human, assisted by number 34, Danny Pilot. As that one caroms out, and we'll have a throw-in for the Vikings. Good start for Bethany. have not scored as efficiently as they did last year. A lot of new pieces on this offense, and it's not that they can't score, just not as effectively as last year. And last year we kind of saw them come out of the gates early and put up a bunch of goals through their first few games. This year, the goal scoring hasn't been there. The defense has been solid like expected, but Bethany's starting to seem like they're figuring things out here as the offense is clicking a little bit and they're controlling a lot of possession as Graham touches. Over to Peterson. Peterson takes his space and he'll play it all the way back. Lundberg. We'll see if Lundberg reverses fields. He's got Peraza on the far side. He's pointing at him after he drops someone off to Ersfeld. Ersfeld takes his space. It's number 20. Joey McMillan saw it though and was able to drop back, get in defense on Peraza and make that a tough pass. And he's making Peraza work now as Ersfeld plays that one off of McMillan. Lundberg looked like he wanted to play it over to Peraza, but McMillan did a good job dropping back, not letting him kind of switch the fields, switch the side they were going from there, which often happens in the back line. Throwing too far, misplayed by both players, touched by Almeida. Human tries to play it up ahead. That goal, Human's first goal, I believe, of his collegiate career. Human is a first year from California for the Vikings. Able to get on the board in his first start for Bethany, able to put the Vikings up and give them their first goal of the conference season, as that one's kicked out by Ersfeld. So we'll have Northwestern's first corner. Bethany with 2 already, unsuccessful. We'll see what Northwestern has on the corner, as it'll be, trying to get a number, it looks like 20. It looks like it's going to be Joey McMillan going to take it, junior midfielder. Right-footed kick here will be an in-swinging kick. Friesen will run out. He's there, unmanned. McMillan sends it in. Ooh, just too low. Peterson shot. Wide. That shot, that came from, it looked like number 8, Gonzalo Luna Belmonte. Tried to hit it with the outside of his right foot. Kind of just got away from him. Sprayed it wide. And we'll have a Bethany throw-in, actually. It kind of just kept curving and spinning. I think Bethany would rather take the goal kick, but they'll be stuck in their own end as it comes down Pilot now. Pilot will play it ahead. Hymas touches it back behind. Phillipson working on Luna Belmonte. Luna Belmonte controlled but lost it. Phillipson gains a throw-in for the Vikings. Touch ahead, Hymas. Hymas drops it off. He was looking for Pilot. He had Phillipson in the middle. That one gets ahead. Friesen with it. Peterson kind of pushes him out of the way. Friesen has it now, though. Through. Shot. Saved by Nick Lundberg. That was McMillan who had the shot. A great through ball from Friesen as Falleti now takes it. Lundberg did a really good job coming off his line as Human made another run and he was looking for it. Falleti was just getting too much pressure. I don't think he wanted to make that pass as we switch fields over to Pilot. Pilot now, we'll see if he sends it in again. Looks low. Falleti. Lorenzo Falleti. Looked like it hit a few guys' hands there. Falleti's asking for it. We still, I don't think we've had one foul called, and we've had a bunch of players down. Ref letting him play a little bit here. We had the one free kick on the near side, but I believe it was for a handball. We weren't entirely sure up here, but there wasn't a lot of contact as that one gets ahead to Friesen. Peterson pushing him a little off his line. Peterson seeing the physicality and might ramp it up. Friesen with a nice move to get around him. Shot blocked by Phillipson. Falleti knocks it away. Headed back in. That was number 17, Nathan Martinez. Ooh, and we're going to have our first foul called of the day. It'll be Friesen will get called for the foul on Ersfeld. Official checks on Ersfeld here as Bethany will take the free kick. Take one more look at it. Yeah, just a little slide there trying to play it was Friesen. Friesen kind of working around there. Was able to get a few good looks. As we come the other way, it's going to be Peterson now. Both these teams back at it Saturday. Bethany will be hosting North Central on Saturday for a pair of contests. As that one's sent through, and we'll have what looks like will be a Bethany corner here. It'll be Falleti taking it this time. On Saturday, Northwestern will be taking on Crown in St. Paul at Reynolds Fields. It'll be Reynolds Field. That'll be their third home contest. Played Buena Vista and Bethel at home. That one's sent in. Header. Noah Phillipson just missed high. We saw Phillipson miss about probably 8 feet high last week. Missed about 8 inches high that time. As this one kind of just got through it. Phillipson might have been more surprised than anyone as he comes off the field. Phillipson, the smallest body on the field, the smallest body in that scrum, and it ended up right on the top of his head, and he just missed high. In for the Vikings, number 10, Agostino Quadrio-Curzio. A missed touch there. Vikings will sub in Quadrio-Curzio. He has captain armband on in the midfield, number 10. Falleti now touches it through, looking for Human. Human back to Falleti. Falleti with some space. Falleti might fire. Oh, he looked to get that one to Almeida. Had the through ball. As that one's booted back. Ersfeld will play it over. He will not play it over. Friesen thought he was going to play it over. Friesen read my mind as well. Thought he was going to go to Peterson. Vikings do that a lot. Ersfeld going to send this one up. He's got Hymas. Hymas has Quadrio-Curzio running. He drops it to him. Quadrio-Curzio, edge of the box. Plays it back, Pilot. We'll see if he sends one in here. No, he has Quadrio-Curzio. Quadrio-Curzio with the move. Quadrio-Curzio. He saw Human. Almeida. Boxing out. Almeida. Quadrio-Curzio kind of played that shoulder. We saw a few Carleton players do that, and I think it almost threw everyone off at that point. As Friesen gets away with a lot of contact there, kind of just grabbed Liam Peterson by the arm and twisted him around. Peterson has the benefit of being the biggest player. As that one's touched, Graham looking through. Vikings getting a little too fancy here. A lot of them have shots. As that one's Hymas. Hymas, he's got a shot. Hymas, shot. Blocked. Deloy got back up. That was David Deloy, did a good job. And we have a foul called on the Vikings. As I was saying, Peterson has the benefit of being the biggest player on the field at almost all times. As we'll take another look at that one. Kind of just grabs his arm and twists him around. But Peterson, biggest player, benefits him at times. At times, he maybe gets called for contact that other people wouldn't, just because of how big he is and how physical he is, and things like that, where littler, smaller players, Friesen stands probably about 6'3", about the same height. But Peterson kind of just gets pushed around a little bit once in a while, but he's just a bigger guy, so that's how it goes sometimes. Friesen sees how it's being called, took it the right way, and was able to get a takeaway there as Almeida has it at the midfield. Good slide there from Noah Chan. Another first year from Brandon, South Dakota. This Northwestern team has some first years playing, has a lot of sophomores on the field right now. Curtis Tingham, sophomore. Jackson Bauer, sophomore. Noah Chan, first year. Simeon Friesen, first year. In net, you got Kyle Dipsinski, first year. Gonzalo Luna Belmonte, first year. A young team for Northwestern who's showing early that they can play. As well, have a throw in, and it'll be number 33, Deloy, who takes it. He's going to launch it up nearly to midfield as it gets off of Graham. And that one's going to be a throw in for Bethany coming the other way. Graham did a good job going up and playing that one. Still no subs for Northwestern here. Over 24 minutes in, 23 minutes in, over halfway through the first half here. That one's off of Falleti. And Falleti looking for a call. We're 23 minutes in, and call probably not coming. Physicality can be had here in this game. A nice pass there off the outside of the foot. Quadrio-Curzio. He's got Pilot behind him. He elects to take him. Pilot will throw it right back. Hymas swings it back. Ersfeld. We'll see if he looks for one. He's got Pilot running. Pilot just kind of headed to the corner, or headed to the middle, I should say, rather than the corner, as Northwestern kicks it out. Pilot's going to run over, and he's going to throw this thing into the box. We've seen Almeida active on these throw-ins. He kind of gets himself into good positions and and makes it so Northwestern can't directly head it away, as this one's headed toward him again, over his head. Hymas, shot, Hymas. Wide save, good save by Dybzinski. That one, we had a really good angle at that one up here. It looked like that shot might have been just a touch wide. It looked like it was headed right toward the outside of that post with how it was spinning. And we'll have another look at it here. Yeah, it looked like that shot was just gonna go a few feet wide, but Dybzinski does what he has to do. If he doesn't dive and it sneaks in, he does not feel good about it. So Dybzinski did a good job diving, corralling. No rebound opportunities for the Vikings as Pilot will throw it in again. That one cut off. That's number 33, Deloy, as Northwestern's first subs will walk up, and Quadro Curzio gets it. Missed touch by Hymas. And we'll have some substitutions. In for will be Aaron Hill and Alejandro Alfaro, a pair of juniors for the Eagles. In for the Eagles, number 9, Aaron Hill. Number 10, Alejandro Alfaro. In for the Vikings, number 22, Jamie Van Wylen. Also sneaking in for the Vikings during that substitution will be number 22, Jamie Van Wylen. Van Wylen had a solid game last week for the Vikings. Curtis Tingham with it now up the right side. He looks to cross it. It's going to find the foot of Van Wylen. Van Wylen will send it away. That one might get all the way back, and it will. It's going to be Dybzinski coming out to take it, and he'll drop it out to Noah Chan. So Alfaro jumped into the midfield. Aaron Hill kind of jumped up to a right wing position, while Van Wylen kind of jumped back to a defensive mid position for the Vikings. As a missed touch there from Pilot. Hill finds Friesen. A lot of contact here. Friesen loses it. Sent in, shot, oh, just missed. That shot misses wide. Bethany getting really lax on defense. And we'll see a substitution for the Vikings now. It'll be number 26, Mike Vanderhorst. In for the Vikings, number 26, Mike Vanderhorst. And Bethany just very lax on defense there. I'm not going to lie, Northwestern kind of deserved that goal. Bethany just very lax, left Lundberg kind of just sitting. There was about 5 Bethany defenders in the box and only 2 Northwestern offensive players, and one happened to find the other for a pretty clean shot. As it's Quadro Curzio looking ahead. He's looking over for Human. Human mistimed his jump a little bit. That one carried over his head. He's able to keep it in though, and he's got possession. Human is going low. Cross. Gonna earn the Vikings a corner. Good job, Human. Playing some good minutes here. It'll be Quadro Curzio taking the corner. I've watched him play for a long time, and I am still not sure which foot he's dominant with. I think it's right, but he does pretty well with both. We'll see corners here. Bethany with their 4th of the game. Northwestern just with the 1 earlier. Quadro Curzio low in. Almeida looks for the touch. Human will take it. Falleti shot. Falleti saved. That one deflects up off of kind of the upper chest of Noah Chan. As they're able to clear it, it's Vanderhorst with it now. Plays it back, Peterson. Peterson will look, kind of just toss it up and over. Quadro Curzio. Back to Peraza. Peraza to Ersfeld. Vikings will switch the field here. Peterson with it now. Friesen has been working his butt off for about 30 minutes now. He's starting to wear down a little bit. Still moving though. He might get a chance here as it's taken away off an errant pass. McMillan. Good defense so by Ersfeld. Northwestern had an extra man. Almeida baits him. Middle. Falleti. Falleti with space. Falleti shot. Saved by Dybzinski. Quickly thrown in too. Bethany with 4 up. Northwestern though with about 6 back. They're going to run the other way. Middle of the field now, having it is Luna Belmonte. Losing control, it's Falleti. Human back to Falleti. Falleti mistouched Almeida. Dybzinski's going to come out. Play it back over. Far side, that's number 17, Martinez. Sent the long way. Van Wylen will just boot it up. He actually keeps it in. Good job, Falleti with the touch, but he ends up touching it right down to the foot of Gonzalo Luna Belmonte. First year from Riverbank, Minnesota. As Northwestern has control. They're going to slow things down here. Deloy to Deloy. An errant pass there from number 16, David Deloy. Finds the Vikings. Flicked on by Almeida. Nothing doing, though. Vikings have done a good job of that little kind of bait action. Kind of go up like they're going to play a header and force Northwestern's hand. Hymas not able to keep that one in. Bethany with a few more subs. Ready to check in at the next throw-in for the Vikings. Peterson up and over freezing there. But it ends up back with the foot of Noah Chan. Midfield with it now, Belmonte. Good defensive play, Human. Falleti also with a good touch to get it to Quadrio Curzio, who plays it back. Peterson, middle, Quadrio Curzio. He has Vanderhorst, he'll take it. Jostling in the middle from Alfaro. As that pass is mishandled, Alfaro with it now. Errant pass from him ends up with Falleti. Human. No foul called there as Peraz is knocked down. We have play on. Almeida with it now. Danny Almeida. Loses it. He's got it again. Almeida shot. Saved by Kyle Dipsinski. A great save there by the first year. Dipsinski came out strong for that one. Almeida lost his touch a little bit, but it ended up getting through the legs of the Northwestern defenders right there. As you can see, it kind of just actually popped off at Chan's leg. Dipsinski does a good job sprawling. Almeida not sure where to go with that one. You always kind of go down, but if the goalie sprawls, it makes it easier as Quadrio Curzio has one on his back. Up to Hymas. Hymas with some space. He's going to take it low. Working on Deloy. Hymas to the middle. Almeida back. Quadrio Curzio. Quadrio Curzio might whip in a shot here. He will. That'll be blocked. Kept in, though, by the Eagles as we'll have a corner. Oh, a goal kick called. I'm not sure how they wound up with the goal kick. Must have hit Quadrio Curzio again before he sent that. He tried to send a cross in as we'll have some subs come on, but it must have kind of deflected off of him because he didn't argue. So I'm kind of obstructed by the edge of a window. So we have a bunch of subs, number 29 and 14 in for the Eagles. That's Teddy Hall and Luis Villalobos. In for the Eagles, number 29, Teddy Hall, and number 14, Luis Villalobos. In for the Vikings, number 23, Dylan Ortiz, number 79, Vincente Perez. And in for the Vikings, 23, Dylan Ortiz, Vincente Perez. So Hall in, Villalobos in. Villalobos, sophomore from Lakeville. Hall, sophomore from Minnesota Heights. Bethany coming the other way. He finds Perez on the outside. Perez looks for a touch back. He's got, can't see a number, I think it's Vanderhorst. He does. Perez with it now, he's going to take it low. Earns Bethany. Oh, maybe not. This one is a little more questionable from the players. Even the Northwestern guys started to walk into the box like it was a corner kick. They will gladly take the goal kick, though, as it's quickly gotten rid of by Dipsinski up to the far side. Like I said, up in the box here, I'm kind of obstructed by the view to the left, so I can't see this near corner, and we've had a few that I've been blocked from. But we have Lundberg now playing it out. Peterson, nearly 10 minutes to go here. 11 left in the first as Peterson plays that one up and out of play. Human with it now. Human, middle, Almeida. Almeida takes his space. He thought he had a runner. He did not, but an errant kick from the Eagles gives it back. Perez with it now. Perez bodied up a little bit. And Perez is going to be called for the foul there, as we'll have a stoppage of play. I'm not sure if they collided heads or if there was 3 bodies that went up. We're going to have trainers come on here. And Perez given a yellow for that. I don't want to sit and argue, but I think that was just completely unintentional contact by everyone. He might have been hit by his own guy. We'll see if we can get another replay of it. Because I can't see the number who's down. It looks like 17. Yeah, Perez called for that one, and I don't necessarily even know if he made the contact. There was just 3 players going up for a header, and we feel for Martinez and don't want to take away from what happened, but with how this game's been called, I'm kind of surprised. It was his own guy that actually hit him in the head. It was, and Perez takes the card for it, but it's a tough break for the Vikings. Hopefully Nathan Martinez, sophomore from Shakopee, is okay as he's rolled over now. Both teams huddling up. While we have a minute, I think they're ready back in the studio. We'll give a little shout out to our crew who's kind of working this one today. It looks like there's a handful of them in there. Don't know, can you guys find Matt on the sideline somehow and show him some love too? Someone's got a camera in there. Greg's saying no, but obviously we have a great group helping with kind of all we do, and there you can see Matt on the left side of that screen as Martinez is up and hopefully able to walk off under his own power. Might have just got his bell rung there, and yeah, that's what he's saying. He took one in the head. We'll take one more look. He was kind of just tossed up by Human. 3 players go after it, and yeah, he's pointing to that side of his head that it was, I think, Chan that went up with him and kind of knocked him, but 17's going to walk off. That's Martinez. We'll see who the sub is. It's number 2, Colin Schellenberg. Checking in for the Eagles, number 2, Colin Schellenberg. So we'll have a free kick when we get back to action, as Martinez able to walk off under his own power, which is good to see. Hopefully after a 10-minute breather, we see him back out for the second half. As Dybzinski gets set to kick this one away. Here's the free kick following the foul. And now Perez kind of has to play smart here. He just checked in. He's got a yellow, and albeit maybe not as deserved, it still kind of goes. I know the Bethany actually earlier this year lucked out. Probably watching a game on the road, should have gotten 2 yellows for a player. Second foul much worse than the first, and it didn't get called. So you never know. It's up to ref and official discretion. So just has to play it smart and make sure you don't give him any reason to even think about giving you a yellow, as this one's rolled out to Peterson here on the near side of the field. Peterson will take his space, play it back to Ersfeld. Ersfeld over to Peterson. Peterson plays it up. He's looking for Perez. Errant pass from Peterson, sails wide left and out of bounds. Throw in will be number 33, Tim Deloy, who will launch one. Peterson heads it, looking for Van Wylen. Perez able to take it away, though, and Van Wylen able to take it away. Van Wylen with it now. We'll have a delayed foul called. It'll be on number 8. It was Gonzalo Luna Belmonte who tripped up Van Wylen, number 22. Midfield now, Almeida. Almeida looking for space, touches back, Quadrio Curzio. Quadrio Curzio, Perez. Perez takes it back, 10 Northwestern players kind of stacked in now as Peterson tries to send it up Vanderhorst. Quadrio Curzio takes it away though from number 8, Luna Belmonte. Perez with it now. Perez through to Vanderhorst. Vanderhorst looking for, he found Falleti. A nice pass there from Vanderhorst to find Falleti. Falleti's pass so intercepted. Northwestern kind of boots it away. Back we come the other way. Ortiz with the touch on the far side. It was mishandled though by Human, who looks like he's able to take it back away, and he is. Handball, no handball called. Yes, it will be called. Handball will be called about 10 yards inside of midfield. We'll probably see Peterson come up and take this free kick. Peterson normally just sends these in. When the Vikings scored the first goal of the game against St. Mary's, he was about probably 20 yards closer than this, probably 10 yards outside of the box, and him and Lorenzo Falleti made a little set piece play to score the Vikings a goal. As he sends it in, it's a good one. Header, Perez, high and wide. Great pass there from Peterson. Kind of got over the whole defense. Van Weilen went up for it. Actually, yeah, Van Weilen went up for it, went over his head as well as a few Eagle defenders, and ended up with Perez. Midfield with it now, Alfaro. It was number 14, Villalobos, looking for it. He was open up the near side. Eagles not able to connect though, as Vanderhorst would get back and defend it. That one punched out by Peterson. Quadrio Curzio loses the handle. Looks like the official thought about calling a foul there, but saw Northwestern kept possession. That one ends up with Van Weilen. Falleti now with it. Falleti at the midfield. Quadrio Curzio with it now. Hirschfeld will take space. He plays one up Perez. Good pass. Perez drops it back. Almeida. Human tosses one back up. Errant pass from Human though, taken away. Van Weilen with it now. Van Weilen getting jostled with. Luna Belmonte pulling on his arm a little bit. Hirschfeld over the top. Peterson as the Vikings cross midfield once again. Peterson getting grabbed, and he's going to go down. Nothing called though. Thought we maybe had a foul. Ref just waving everyone up. That should have been a foul on the Vikings as well, but official was looking back at Peterson, telling him to get up, and Quadrio Curzio knocked down the Northwestern players. Bethany loses control. Northwestern with the 2-on-3. Sent through. Hirschfeld plays it back. Vanderhorst, he's going to keep it himself. End up playing it back to Lundberg. 5 minutes remaining as Lundberg has it now. Lundberg plays it far side. That's Ortiz. Perez getting pushed from behind, and that's going to be a foul on the Eagles. Can't see a number on that one, as we'll see Peterson. Yeah, Peterson kind of gets pushed off his spot. Those two start hand fighting, and Alfaro able to punch it away. Vikings take the free kick and elect to just play it back. It's Peterson now. Coming up after this one, Bethany women in action against Northwestern. Teams have played a bunch of close matches over the last few years. Should be set up for a good one, as this one looks like it may be as well. 1-0 Vikings. 5 minutes left. It was Ezekiel Human who scored off the Danny Pilot assist to give Bethany the lead about 14 minutes in. An errant pass there from Peterson. Winds up as that one's punched over the top. Peterson will just send this one away. It somehow ends up with the Vikings. A delayed foul was called. The officials just let it play on though, as Van Weilen's got a ton of space in the middle, and he's got Human. Human didn't make the run though. He was waiting for him. Those two kind of made eye contact and connected. Nothing doing though. Throw in will be number 16, David Deloy. Deloy will throw it in over the head toward Alfaro. Alfaro with it now. Good job, Falleti, making contact with the ball there. Vikings applying a little pressure. Falleti takes it away. Human just too far to Almeida. It'll be Tim Deloy who gets to it first, able to play it off of Almeida. Vikings got a little rush there. Human kind of tried to touch that one to Almeida. I think he had a dribble or two to take space. Felt the pressure behind him though as that one's sent out. 3:40 to play here in the first. It'll be Vanderhorst throwing it in for the Vikings. Van Weilen. Vanderhorst heads it to the middle looking for Falleti. Tingham looking to head it away. Tingham has played the entire 45. There's probably about 10 guys out here, 8 guys who've played the full. And look like they will be. A few Bethany defenders, a few. So that's Van Weilen in the middle with space. Van Weilen. He sees it. Ortiz, run. Ortiz, chip, over. Human. Good defensive play there. It's David Deloy. And a good move there. That one's taken away, though, the second one. Perez saw Aaron Hill make that move on Quadrio Curzio. I don't know if it's a throw-in or a foul. I think it's a... He's saying throw-in. Perez trying to argue that it was a foul. Vanderhorst will throw it in, though, for the Vikings. Quick throw-in. Quadrio Curzio back to Vanderhorst. Back to Quadrio Curzio. Missed touch, though, by Quadrio Curzio, and we're going to have a foul called there. And another stoppage. Not sure what the stoppage is about here. I think he was expecting him to play the ball. Quadrio Curzio was. It looked like he thought, not sure the number on that jersey that went down, but it looked like he was waiting for him to play it and just was not expecting him to stop on a dime. No card given, though. The captain getting a talking to. Clock stopped here at 2:17 to play, as it'll be Dybczynski to take the free kick. Sent long. Vanderhorst got away with a little shove there, had a hand on the back, and Perez running now. Great pass, Quadrio Curzio. Perez stops his run. He has a few runners through. Perez able to get it back. Quadrio Curzio, he's going to take some space now. Quadrio Curzio, good ball control in the midfield. Plays it back, under 2 minutes to play here. Vanderhorst sees Human. Human, touch. Aaron, second touch, almost able to get it back from Deloy. That one's booted away by the Eagles, back to Peterson. Peterson will play it back to Lundberg. Vikings likely going to give this one last go here as it's up to Ersfeld. Minute 30 left. Ersfeld will send it through, looking for Perez. Too much. Perez gave up on that run. I think he thought Dybczynski was going to come out and play it, but he didn't. Dybczynski will take a goal kick. He'll take it quick. Maybe wait a little bit on that one and not allow as much time. Give yourself the last run. Play it up here like this with 30 seconds left rather than a minute as Bethany takes control. Quadrio Curzio flicks to the middle. Perez fouled hard. We're going to have a stoppage, and I think Alfaro might get carded there, and he will. Alfaro will take a yellow. We'll have a stoppage with a minute 2 left. Perez sold that one a little bit. He's been getting pushed around a little bit, though. I think he just wanted one. As we'll see if Peterson will come take this one. We'll take one more look, flicked up and over to Perez. Yeah, that was not really a play on the ball there by Alfaro. Kind of just went up and bodied into him, and I don't think he was really trying to push him over either. I think he was going to try to make the play on the ball. Realized he wasn't going to get there and kind of just slowed himself up and put his body into Perez, who we're getting some players yelled at. Not sure what about. I think he was yelling at him for hand fighting. But no players were really hand fighting. They're all kind of just standing there, and someone's getting singled out now. I think it's Van Weilen and Chan. Peterson with a good cross. Up and over Perez. That was a good defensive play there. It was Tim Deloy. Vikings will get a throw in here, under a minute left. Vikings throw it back. 45 remaining here. Ersfeld to Ortiz. Ortiz takes the space in the middle, plays it back Peterson. He will likely toss this one up ahead. He's only got one runner, so he's going to let some other guys get down there. No one really going. I think a few Bethany players just got to make a run here. 25 left. Peterson going to send this one through. Pass up to Quadrille Curzio. 20 remaining. Perez in the middle. Perez takes his space in the corner. Look for a drop back, nothing doing. It's the Eagles. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Vikings take a 1-0 lead into the break. It was Ezekiel. Quickly just launch it up on this little set play. Not working though, is that's Deloy who heads out of the way up to the far side. Bethany will take the throw anyway. Bethany going with the same starting 11. Northwestern mixing things up here in the second half. Probably 4 or 5 new starters out there. Throw it into the box. Falleti, miss hit. No Vikings there. It'll be Dipsinski who comes over, hauls it up. Dipsinski will kick this one away. We pass midfield to Graham. Graham heads it away. His fell down, tries to take space, got grabbed a little bit there. Graham has it again. Freezing with it now. Very lackluster pass there. Raheem Graham looking back for Peterson. I don't know if Peterson said something, but he just kind of turned it, just lightly tapped it back. Freezing is there. Northwestern's now going to have to throw it from their own corner. Good chance here out of the gate for the Eagles. He's got Hyman, or that's Peraza running. Oscar Peraza, near side running. He's got it run. Human shielded off. That one flicked up. Human wants a call. That was a very good defensive play there. Human's gonna shake that one off. Not sure the number, but a physical defensive play there from, I think that was Deloy. I think that's 33 to Deloy. seen a lot of shoulders go down in the early going. Guys maybe expecting passes where they're not, or vice versa. Guys expecting to be where they're not. Human again. Gets a header. Not much to it though. Human kind of trying to dive at that one. Not much of a chance there for the Vikings. Another errant pass from the Eagles gives Betania the ball. Both teams playing. Well, the foul called there. Looked like a clean
Che pure che fa qua.
Ciao, fantastica, è vero mia pincia.
But he kind of just stepped
Dove ancora un poco per terra, lì, dai, che ti vedo.
on his own feet. Betania will gladly take that free kick though. Perhaps he's going to let him walk forward as far as he can. He takes his space. Peterson's going to come in for the kick. I think sending a lot of players to the box.
Che in barriera ha vinto uno solo, non è fatto in barriera.
Three back. Raza and Peterson both look like they're going to run at this one. Raza will bait. Peterson sends in. Good defensive play there. Bunch of bodies. Bodies go down. Human getting beat up here in the early going in the second half. That one's sent way too far.
Right.
Lundberg going to get some action. He's going to
Bravo,
slide,
yeah.
grab that one.
Dai che è
Second one,
subito ormai.
slow things down. Human's going to go down. He's went down probably three
Cosa
times.
nasce?
A few times hard that one. He went up for a cross in the box. And I think it was him and Aloy both kind of went down hard and almost both got undercut. I don't know if it was by the same person. Aloy kind of talking about it now as Human will come up. Human scored the Vikings goal. And coming on for him will be Ben Clausen. Good for the Vikings. So we'll have a drop ball here. We'll tell him how to back up a little bit. Clock stopped at 38:57. Pilot. Paulson playing midfield, something we don't normally see great football.
Vai, Dani.
Falleti has a ton of space, and he has Almeida. A little behind Almeida. Almeida to himself. Almeida shot. Oh, Danny Almeida.
Però potessi.
A great touch to himself. He actually touched it twice. Used his chest first, then touched up to his own foot. Turned, fired. He took that pass from Falleti. We saw Falleti score a goal like that earlier this season at Buena Vista. We'll take one more look at that. This touch off his chest, touches to himself, takes a second bounce.
Raga che si è girato male.
Ne passava in drio, che era là.
Drove the kick into the bottom of the net. As that one gets through to Dipsinski.
Caricava dietro.
Now booted away. Dipsinski kicks it. Alfaro drops it back.
Dai, dai.
That's number 11. Here's Falleti. He's got Clausen with the run. He looks middle. Good
Ah, mettila bene.
That was kicked out back middle. Falleti trying to find. I get it. He had Raza in the midfield. He gave it to him. He had Clausen running up wide too. He was trying to just kind of turn around. Almeida to himself. Header in the middle.
Questo stoppa che è una roba terribile.
To Deloy's. Listed at 6'1", plays much taller than that in the box. Makes things difficult. Good run here, number 24, Tinja. We'll see. We might have a corner here. Pilot went back for that one, and Tinja was giving him all he could handle with pressure-wise. Tinja flying up the field, made a really good run. Earned his team a corner here. Now it's the Kiwi Northwestern players going to take it. Now kind of looked around at each other before. Number 10, Alejandro Alfaro, is now jogging over there, but he didn't have to move for about the first 30 seconds of earning that corner. They
girato
forward
così al
Almeida.
cazzo.
Almeida with it now to midfield. Defensive play by Chan. Falleti with it now low. They're going to swing it wide. It's Pilot. Pilot carrying it up the left side. Sends it to the middle. Errant pass behind Almeida. Eagles coming the other way. It's Mears. Good defensive play. Falleti takes it. Falleti very technical in this.
Dai Oli!
Eh sì, proprio singolazione era meglio.
He didn't really. Had to just sit back and let the ball go in. Good pass there. Almeida. Clausen touches it. Off the Eagle player. What a corner for the Vikings here. Coach Garrett Lindholm yelling at Liam Peterson to get in. Guessing Deloy's going to watch him walk in. He'll stand right next to him. He's pointing at him saying, that's probably my mark. Actually, it's going to be Friesen comes in with him. Friesen came up from his striker position. He's standing right inside of Peterson. Graham plays it low. Flicked on, over. What a play by Almeida, though. Took the low. Falleti's low shot misses. Phillipson shot. Phillipson just over the top of the goal. The first year puts a forward spin on that one. Kind of got that curve downward toward the end of the shot. Not really enough. It went right over the top. Almeida with a really good job. Graham, I don't know if he tried to play a low cross.
Per fortuna non riflesse niente, non arriva ancora sull'azione.
Almeida kind of just rolled it up his body and flipped it over. It's now minus. Passes through Graham. Graham with a good run. Forces that one to be kicked out of play. Malloy, the one to do it. Throw in for Pilot. Kicked away. First conference action of the season for both these teams. Northwestern with the run here, coming up the near side. Hill. Hill has numbers. Hill shot. Saved by Lundberg. I like the shot by Aaron Hill there. Bethany defense is kind of closing down. Ursfeld, along with Peraza and Pilot, did a really good job collapsing in the last one.
Tre telecamere, non chiede che telecamera figa.
So Hill decided to
Che puoi mettere già il logo anche.
Lundberg able to slide over and make the save. Obviously they're not far side. Up to Phillips.
Ai 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 ai.
Phillips rolls an ankle as
Che
Eagles coming the other
contropiede.
way. It's Tinjum. Loses
Okay.
the handle. It'll be a Bethany goal kick. First up, we got some subs at the waiting to check in for the Vikings. And Wyland, Quadro Cruz. That one sent up Almeida with a good run. Danny Almeida punches it over. Danny Almeida one-on-one. Danny Almeida stops. Shot.
Da.
È il secondo.
Secondo che semmai così è questa.
Pure hustle from the Eagles defense there as Danny Almeida is tired. Eagles hustling back. There was about 3 of them that got back. Almeida was able to slam on the brakes, but had to just fire that one left-footed. We'll take one more quick look. As Vikings slowly set up to take the corner. There's a shot from Hill. Kind of took it from what Towns had the box. Falleti walking over to the corner. Lorenzo Falleti will take it. Talking to Derek about the mics. Falleti doesn't do all of their corners or all their set pieces, but very tactical player. Those kind of are plays that we'll see what he does with this one. Goes far.
Eccolo.
Header.
Sì.
Raheem for him. Over Chicago for the goal. Just on cue, Falleti to Graham. Graham. Liam Peterson almost plays distractor there. The big man went up in the middle and about 4 bodies jumped with him.
Ripresa che faccio, guarda che si vede.
For the header, for the goal, as the Vikings score in the corner with 31 left, right at the 14-minute mark of the second half to take a 2-0 lead.
Raheem
back
is
to the neck, he'll sub out. And Lorenzo Falleti also sub out, so both guys that connected for that goal will get a little breather. As Bethany takes the goal, as you see Coach Lingholm talking with Graham, as the shade sets upon Shields
Gli
Field.
uscite.
Goal for the Vikings, scored by Raheem, Graham assisted by Lorenzo Falleti. Subbing in for the Vikings, number 10, Augustino Fabio Cruzio, and number 22, Jimmy Lopez. So also in, Augustino Quadrio Cruzio checks in, Jamie Van Wylen checks in, taken
Uscito?
out.
Sì.
Graham and Falleti, like I was kind of saying though, that one's in. Bethany able to clear, Clausen with it now. Clausen.
Paolo di Pollard.
Johnson with a foul called, that's number 2. Schellenberg gets called for the foul on Clausen. Kind of like I was saying, Falleti does not take all their set pieces, all their corners, but he does a really good job, does Falleti, kind of finding that happy medium. Kind of just, he's got a really good aim point, I would say. We've seen him score a few goals like that, we've seen him make a few assists like that. Just knows where to place the ball at all times, it's Vikings take control. Vikings lose control now, in midfield it's Alfaro. Near side hill. Vikings take over at midfield. Quadro Cruzio chips it through, and this was offside. Not called though, as it's scooped up by the goaltender. Vikings take over after the possession lost by the Eagles. Time is now, he's got a lot of space, he's going to take
Ci
it.
sono, non c'è nessuno.
Side, but he likes to drop it back. Quadro Cruzio who plays it up in front of Pilot. We'll see if Pilot likes to toss this one in the middle. Pilot, Hymas back to Pilot. Pilot will now send it in. Low. This hit there by Pilot. Pilot Van Wylen waited for it. Good job by freezing it. Come back and get it. Eagles take possession. Van Wylen getting physical. No foul called there. Thought maybe one would be. Van Wylen kind of gave a little push to Tingham there.
Ma che belle inquadrature.
There's take one more look at that goal. Falleti sends it in. Graham. So we have a foul called. It's on Tingham on Van Wylen. He's saying, where was that called a minute ago? I don't necessarily disagree as Tingham kind of was getting pushed around by Van Wylen. Ended up kicking it out. Quickly made an aggressive play back in. Got called for it. Peterson will take it. We'll see Peterson now probably send this one into the box. Phillipson actually standing out looking for that second ball. Headed.
Peccato. Bella.
Foul called there. It looked like it was called on Almeida. Almeida fouled. It was Almeida who
Ah, centrale olandese?
quickly thrown back up the field. Right side looking down the ears.
Semplicetto.
Good send across looking for Hill. Nothing doing though. Quadro Cruzio. Vikings 2 goals. It was Human on the first goal from Pilot. All the way up. Quadro Cruzio. Foot for foot. Quadro Cruzio with the shove there. And nothing gets called there. That is
Anche la mascotta, ma come fa con quel cadro?
Schellenberg down to the ground. Vikings will earn a corner out of this.
Fai là,
We'll see.
quel cadro,
They scored on the last one. We got 3
Fai
subs.
Non pagherà? Scusa.
For the Eagles.
Se ti pagasse per stare dentro?
Quadro Cruzio's going to send it in. Peterson going to go into the box again. Last time he was kind of the one to cause the issue. A few Eagles players kind of marked him. Sent in far post.
Oh, peccato. Bene
Peterson
apparato
who gave it his
questo.
all once again, got all the way through though. Probably largely in part because of what Peterson did. Peterson just kind of causes chaos and forces some bodies to go toward him being the biggest player on the field. Foul was called. I didn't get a number on that foul. I think it might have been Quadro Cruzio who committed the foul. This Northwestern quickly takes it the other way. It's Tingham now. Tingham up far side, kicked out of bounds. Peraza, Northwestern with the throw in. throw in. Deloy will throw this one into the box. Deloy with probably the furthest thrower on the team, but he's also the best player out of the air on the team, so it's tough as he launches that one. Into Gonzalo, Belmonte, shot, blocked, first down, sent back. Chan misplayed. Almeida looking for the touch to Phillips and just mistouched it a little bit. Pilot able to push it back to Almeida with it now. He's going to play it up. Let's see who kicked out now. Betania throwing. Off Deloy. Lorenzo Falleti back in along with number 23 Dylan Ortiz.
Ah, l'ho tornato.
Subbing out Peraza and Phillips.
Cos'è che ha fatto?
In for the bike.
Doveva.
Number 23 Dylan Ortiz. Number 28 Lorenzo Falleti.
Cambi volanti,
Ah.
Well, throwing out Pilot. Slowly walk forward, see how far he can go until the official tells him he can't go any further. Pilot back to Quadro Curzio. Quadro Curzio play it all the way back to Peterson. Lundberg starting to creep up here. Peterson sends it in. He's looking and finding Hymas. Headed out. Good play by Hymas there. Hymas acted like he was going to go up. Kind of forced Deloy's hand. Deloy up and out of play. And we're going to see Quadro Curzio take this. Falleti on this near side. This is the same spot he tossed his in from earlier. 11 to goal. Peterson goes up into the box. He's just going far side. He's marked twice. Reason and Peterson jostling. Quadro Curzio sends it in short. Almeida, header miss.
Ah,
Sinistro.
Lollo.
Scoreboard and kept in. Falleti swung hard at that one. If he put that on net, that would have been a tough kick to stop because there was not really anyone in front of him. But he had to play it out of the air for the defense to kind of get back in. Foul called on the midfield there. That was Jackson Bauer, number 23, called for the foul for the Eagles. It was Quadro Curzio who drew it. We'll take another look at that foul there off the kick from Dubzinski. And just a little hand in the back got him as Peterson's going to send this one into the box. Maybe into the net. Over the net. Kick is good. Dubzinski got a little nervous there. Hasn't been like that before. It was actually Max Bush who scored it, I believe, off the tip. He kind of just jumped in last minute and kicked it in. But he did have a goal like that against Superior to walk them off a few years ago overtime in Superior. Just kind of launched it in a low scoring affair, tie game, and played it way up. But we'll see Peterson take shots like that. Dubzinski, that one happened. It just hit the top of the net. Alfaro, looking through. Ortiz, good job. Chesting that one out too far for Clausen. Knows that one's out of play. Good aggressive pass by Ortiz. I'm trying to get it and go. Didn't think about it. Quick found Clausen. Just missed it. Pass just a little bit. That one really gets out of play. Falleti loses the handle with Quadro Curzio there. Leads it for Van Wylen. Clausen now. Clausen with a run. Clausen bumped off his line and nothing called there. Not sure what we got here. No, I think they're just giving a foul. Almeida called for the foul on number 2, Schellenberg. Clausen, the thing here is we had kind of a loud roar on that Clausen pick. Clausen kind of cut in to the space of the Northwestern defender. That's why I wasn't completely sure. He kind of took his space there, and he kind of lowered his shoulder a little bit. Just surprised not something is called, because I think you could almost argue that it's on Clausen as well. But both players went down pretty hard. I was expecting something to be called. As players start to kind of get into it with the officials here, and it's not something you want to do. The score's 2-0 with 18 minutes left for the Vikings. Don't pick up a silly yellow arguing with the officials right now.
Cosa sta del portiere? Dove va?
Middle, good defensive play, Van Weilen. Eagles with it now. Eagles with some space. Good move there to the middle. See if he fires a shot. Looks for a touch. Peterson does a good job keeping that one away. Simeon Friesen made a really good offensive play at that. Kind of touched it and pushed it to himself. Tested it. Peterson able to kind of block it away. It's going to be a corner for the Eagles though. 15 minutes left. This is their chance. Northwestern needs something out of this. We've seen teams score twice in less than 15 minutes, but this would be a big spot for them. It's a good opportunity. Because we're going to have a stoppage. Van Weilen and Friesen are going to get a talking to. Van Weilen.
No, neanche se le ama in caffè
Oh,
presa.
he was kind of jostling with Friesen in front of the net. Peterson lets him know, and Peterson says, go somewhere else, and we'll work on that. We'll see this corner sent in. Header, high. Lundberg skies up for the save. Vikings with it now. First out, Ortiz in the middle, Van Weilen.
No, perde la pata, ¿sabes?
Nutmeg, number 8. And Belmonte with nothing doing though. Clausen coming the other way though. Clausen, perfect through ball. Perez just outran once again. I don't even get to say, but it's Stitch boy. Right place, right time. We'll have subs for both teams. It'll be Aaron Hill and Curtis Tinjum in for the Eagles. And Anastasis Daskalakis in for the Vikings. In for the Vikings, number 27. Anastasis Daskalakis. In for the Eagles, number 9, Aaron Hill, and number 24. Throwing Falleti. Flip Clausen. Missed touch there by Falleti, or missed pass, I should say. It's Hill coming the other way. Good. Defensive play. Quadro Curzio, that's going to be a Bethany throw in. It's got to be a Bethany throw in. Tripped on his own feet, and it's a Northwestern throw in. Not sure if they're calling a foul. No, it's got to be a throw in. They're calling a foul. They didn't even know who the ball was going to, and they elected on a foul. He's pointing back, though. I'm wondering if it's supposed to be a throw in. No, they're giving him a foul on that. Tough break for the Vikings. Is that one sent in? Peterson heads it away. This is where Northwestern needs to capitalize. Ball's scrummed in the middle.
Kaya
Good
mamma.
play there by Van Weilen. Made himself as tall as possible. Just kind of got it away. Missed touch by Clausen. Clausen had a run there. Clausen, Falleti, and Perez all had a 3-on-2 going the opposite way. Van Weilen, good touch. Jamie Van Weilen right there. Vikings looking for that extra goal right now. Try to put the nail in the coffin here and get up 3 with 12 left, but kind of leaving themselves vulnerable at times with midfielders. You think they got chances and it's close and they got runs, but make one run and it's a 2-1 game quick. It's Northwestern is tactical and will take advantage and make the right play when needed. Good touch there. Tinjum in the middle. Tinjum touch through. Hill back to Tinjum just a little behind. Shot Alfaro. Shot. Saved by Lundberg. Alfaro with a great shot there. A good look, just a little too low, kind of just skipped it in.
Hanno questo portiere bisogna che impari a fare un pochino rinvii un po' lunghi, no?
Sent up Quadro Curzio Clausen. Clausen missed touch. Clausen's had a few good looks, just on passes that have traveled a long way, so it's not easy to touch those ones down. There's Van Weilen looking for Falleti. Vikings with a bunch of players up. 12 minutes remaining here. Fields. Good touch there. Good defensive play,
Bien,
Ursula.
bien, 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 pero va.
Sent to the middle. No one home though except for Alfaro. Van Wyland, another heady play there. Took a little touch, cleared it out. Jamie Van Wyland has played a very solid game in the midfield for the Vikings. Kind of diffused some difficult situations where the team maybe seems like Northwestern maybe giving a little momentum. He had a slide in about 2 minutes ago that seemed like no one on Bethany was going to be able to get to it. He just came out of nowhere and was able to punch it away. Lawson skies up. This time though, Alfaro plays it over. Number 20, McMillan. Good drop off by Hill. McMillan taking space. No one from Bethany stepping up. It's Ersfeld and Van Wyland poking away. Perez coming the other way. Bethany with numbers. Bethany with a 5-on-3. Will they take advantage? Northwestern closes the gap quickly. Quadro Curzio shot.
Nah.
Wide.
Cusio, però no, Agostino.
Left footed.
Io sciolgo ancora avanti.
Sì.
You never know. I know he's right footed, I think, but he uses both extremely well. That one he elects to go left. So that was kind of the opening of the defense. We are approaching the 10-minute mark here. Shields here to make it up. Peterson shooting away, and we're going to get a goal kick here from Lundberg. Lundberg had to make a few saves. But look at this Quadro Curzio touch. Yep, pressure coming from the right, elected to take it left footed. Sometimes you see him cross that over. Northwestern defense, though, has been very good about closing that gap. Bethany had a 5-on-3 run there. Northwestern's midfielders really put it back. Put a little pressure on the Vikings because it looked like they had a good run going. As it's midfield, Van Wyland. Vikings communicating extremely well here about who's going where. Now, there's one thing I talked with Coach Lindholm about as Almeida brings it up. Almeida takes space in the middle. Almeida touch across. Daskalakis chasing the corner. Keeps it in. It's taken by the Eagles though. Touch too far though. It's kicked out of play by Vanderhorst. One of them over the top. Peterson heads it out of the play. We're gonna have another one for the Eagles. Thrown in midfield. Good toss in. Good play though. And keep it in the box. Nothing doing there. Punch through. Peterson letting it roll out. Vikings will take a goal kick. One thing, talking with Coach Lindholm about their matchup with Carleton on Saturday, that was field level for probably half of that game. And Carleton, like I said, will probably be ranked pretty highly in the region when those first region ranking comes out. Their communication is like the thing to witness when you're on the field with them. Down at field level, they are this 1-2 little keyword phrases. Like they're all in sync and know where to go. Not the quickest team as Daskalakis has a run. Carleton, not the quickest team, not the most technical team, but they work together super, super well. Keep things simple. And their coach Bob Carlson knows it. He knows he's got a good team this year. I know they have high aspirations. Vikings doing a really good job communicating here. And one thing with how often they're switching this back line or two, they're doing a really good job kind of working together as Van Wyland takes it in, looking for Daskalakis on the cross. Almeida making some moves. Almeida goes low. Almeida. Middle official called that one over the goal line as that one's quickly kicked away. The end official didn't whistle it dead, so it looked like it did go right over that end line though. As we are approaching 7 minutes to play here. Daskalakis, good defensive play. Headed out of play by Vanderhorst. Selah, and Raul Garcia will be the goalkeepers coach. He and Derek met. Derek was the former goalkeeper, so they met at a camp and kind of talked some things through. But Johnny Selah back on the sidelines for Bethany, his first year coaching for the Vikings. He, I believe, was kind of one of Derek's first, one of Derek Windham's first years coaching the team. He had Johnny as a player. Johnny was a good player here at Bethany. I think graduated in 2019, I want to say, which would have been Derek's second season, first year. Johnny's senior year and Derek's first year on the men's side. Dostalakis with a good touch there. Forces Eagles throwing. Subs not let on though. Eagles have a pair down here waiting to get in. Here's a run. Friesen with a lot of space. Friesen sets a middle. Shot. Oh, just wide. What a shot though. Simeon Friesen. That looked like it was a lot closer than I thought it was. I'm not sure how tight it was to that near bar, but it must have been a few yards wide. It looked from our angle like it just snuck past the post, but love a throw in. It's headed back out by the Eagles. Well, they're throwing a little further forward by the Vikings. We're just over 5 minutes to play here. Going in, just to clear some space. 33. Dindeloy. Far side with it now, that's number 8. Unabamante. Clausen's touch, mistouch. Does a good job, able to win the ball though. He's going for a foul, the official is. The near side official, so it looks like we're going to have a free kick here given to the Vikings. It's on Schellenberg. Peterson will take it just inside of midfield. He will launch it, kind of a swinger though. Vikings hustle back. Roger Curzio, good touch to get it back. He was looking for Vanderhorst to come up. Vanderhorst still says 5 minutes left. I'm not going to come up and risk something. That's a good run, Tinjum. He's did a good job. Tinjum with his second really, really good run of the day. Put some pressure. Dostalakis with it now at the left side. Touch the middle, Almeida. He's got Clausen. On sides.
Nah.
Play there though. I believe that's number 20, McMillan. Not entirely positive, but a very good defensive play. Just stuck it. Clausen trying to get it by him, and he just stomped his foot on top of it. Can't really draw it up better than that. That one finds Aaron Hill. Hirschfeld kind of bumped off there. We're going to have a throw in for the Vikings. Not sure if a foul. I can't tell. Looks like we're going to have a throw in though for Bethany. Yep, Bethany throwing. 3:04.
Tratto molto però,
And Northwestern still with a few subs waiting. They had a throw in to get him in about 2 minutes ago, 2.5 minutes ago, but ball barely got onto a bounce before the Eagles threw it back in. Carlson now with him. Carlson, Falleti making a run. Almeida kicked out. Well, they're throwing here. Not sure what we got going on. Bethany had a sub kind of over there, but he didn't go in. Anastasis Dostalakis plays it back. Vanderhorst. Middle now, Quadrio Curzio. Almeida, midfield. Coming the other way, Tinjum. Good run here, Hill. Aaron Hill brings it back. Ortiz, good defensive play. Dylan Ortiz, and once again, Jamie Van Wylen kicks it out. 1:35 to play. Eagles need this corner as they have a few subs who are kind of looking around. Time is ticking here. For the Vikings. Eli Hennig we stop the clock here, it's Northwestern's throwing, and it's their subs who are taking time to get onto the field. Bethany's subbed as well, but they were quick. I think just because Bethany subbed, the clock has to stop. So Bethany made the sub as well, so that's why the clock stopped. I wasn't sure right away, but it was Mila Enquist who ran in for the Vikings. So we have another throw, and that one's sent into the box. Bombed away by Manuel, though. Almeida's going to try to track it down. One, Vikings with it. Lose control. Eagles. We got to get a shot here. Ortiz is just going to let this one roll out. We'll have the goal kick for the Vikings. Lundberg will take his time. Bethany leads 2-0. It looks like the Vikings are going to get out of here with a win as they got goals from number 35 Ezekiel Human off an assist from Danny Pilot. And they also got a goal from number 15 Raheem Graham off an assist from Lorenzo Falleti. Eagles 26 seconds to play with the win. Vikings will improve to 2-2 on the year, while the Eagles will fall to 0-3-1.
Tiene que haber mucho solo del gasto total.
Throw in. Bethany giving the throw in again. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bethany escapes with the win here, taking a 2-0 decision over the Eagles.